Brooklyn, what's going on, man? Steven, what's up with it? Any Globers out there? Let's have a little cool casual conversation about what the earth really may look like. I mean, only if y'all want to, though. If you really up for it, you down for it, but you gotta understand, I'm a flat earther. And one of you Globers, what's going on? Clay Dizzle, what's going on, brother? Today, we gonna keep it calm on them, y'all. We gonna stay copacetic and things. All the good stuff, because we're gonna really make sure it makes sense. We're gonna have a clear understanding, man. No more pushing and shoving. Nah, let's get all that behind us. We don't get all that behind us. He say Egyptian proved the earth ain't flat, they built pyramid. How does that prove the earth isn't flat? You need a flat, stable ground, in order to build something that big. I mean, I'm just saying. I watched 13th on Netflix. Wow, eye opener. All sisters, brothers, go watch. Zeus the Chea. This person feel this is a good show or movie on Netflix. Yeah, everybody should go check it out. There's nothing wrong with that. For real. But if there's any Globers, y'all free to jump in the box. We can have a casual conversation. As Egyptian, they black too. I mean, it's not really all about the race, man. Everybody's 9 ether beings. Everyone is. That don't really matter. Gotta start understanding and seeing the bigger picture and realizing everything for what it really is. Because what they told us and taught us isn't what it is. I mean, imagine if they never told us or taught us all the lies and theories that they told and taught us. How would we really see the world? What would we really think? What would we truly think of the world if they didn't program us, brainwash us, and push their narrative into our minds? I'm just saying. Kickn ancient was a very mixed society, ancient Egypt. Yes, if you really know the truth about Egypt, Egypt was it was mixed. Yes. It was a very mixed society. Every walk of life passed through Egypt, lived in Egypt. Egypt was not just one race of people. Truth, the whole world is big. It's a big conspiracy. Marcus, what benefits would there be thinking the earth was flat? Why would they lie about it? Oh man, power. It's all about power. It's all about power. Any Globers in the box, y'all free to jump in. We can talk about anything, man. We can talk about anything. Are you left-handed? No, I'm not. I tell you how you can survive by, my boy, what's his name? Fun High. I tell you how you can survive by breeding any animal from Petco. Oh, no, nobody. I don't want to do all that, sir. You say from Petco, unlimited supply, y'all. That's wild. What power do they get? L say, well, you asking what power? Man, they keeping us under control. Y'all basically got us here held hostage and as a slave. Their power is gaining and growing through them. And, they getting power by us paying taxes, basically, y'all. Sir, I'm trying to see if anybody want to hop in the box. We can really have a, a sensible conversation, like for real. I'm not going to be aggressive with anybody or anything. None of that. Period. This is Drew say let me matter of fact. Here we go. Drew say predict solar eclipses with any flat Earth model. I mean, I don't think you really ready to understand or hear the truth of the solar eclipse. Markets taxes aren't dictated by the shape of the Earth, though. LOL, not being disrespectful. Nah, that's not it, Marcus, brody. Nah, that's not it, bruh. It's the fact that they keeping us trapped here and not letting us move on to the other lands, to the freedom. And by staying here, we keeping their economy alive. You feel me? We keeping it thriving. If we were to get up out of here, their economy is gonna, man, it's gonna dissipate overnight. What is the shape of the Earth? Oh, the shape of the Earth is flat, sir. Hey, man. Sam say, hey, man, do you explain GPS? I mean, it's all about this. It's just all towers, y'all. It's all towers, Marcus, that I agree with. Yes, sir. Pamela, hello. How you doing? How you doing? 69 Duetto. Nuts grow under the nut tree. Fools Pro. They flew a jet at Mach 10. That would have had to be consistent, constantly nosing down or shoot off into space. I'm trying to tell everybody, Katie, when you get hit with facts, you kick them out. The live, stop talking. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. If anybody want to jump in the box, you free to jump in the box. We can talk about it. Let's talk about it. I will not save you. You do see curvature in the picture. Where? I see the canal turning. Yes. Can't. Earth is round. I mean, you can jump in the box at that. We can talk about it. See what the people think. We gonna let the people be the judge. It's not about what I think. It's not about what you think. But whoever presents their evidence the best. That's really what it's all about. No matter what. No matter what nobody say. But I just want to know, y'all see this shit, right? Like, y'all know what type of shit that is, right? That is a naval ship carrier. Straight up. That's a naval ship carrier, y'all. Do you know how big this ship is? Gotta piece it together. No one went to the moon. Don't the wise. Drew thousands of pictures. They say thousands of pictures from outer space. I've never seen one, sir. I'm still waiting. Drone for life. Where is it at? Where's what at? Where's what at, brother? Yes, this is the Suez Canal. How is it that we can see 102 miles, y'all? I just want to know. This is really what's going on where we at. This is really what we being kept away from. Yeah, this is what they're hiding from us. This is what they don't want us to know about. This is the point. The shape would be a flat circular like this. That'll be a better shape for you, right? Of course. Here's the so-called Anunnaki, whom they call aliens, Draconians, planet Venus. We got Saturn over here, Jupiter, all this stuff right here. They just don't want us to really know the truth or find out about it. That's all it truly is. Yeah, the sun never goes down, it just goes around. You know what I'm talking about? When you zoom in on the sun, different points, before it's supposed to set, you just zoom in, you actually see and catch that it never goes down. Nah. They say there's curvature, y'all. They say it's curvature, right? They say it's curvature. We on the ball, right? Right? Alright. I want y'all to check. Y'all use y'all brain and y'all tell me what y'all think. What it may be to y'all. I've been telling them for a while, like, hey, you can zoom anything back in, right? Like, it's all over the internet. You can easily zoom anything back in. But y'all go on ahead, you know what I'm saying? And y'all tell me what y'all think, man. I'm just saying. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna see the video together. You know? We're gonna see it together, y'all. Why not? Why not? Let's see if this so-called curvature is truly real. Or is this really just a hoax, man? You know what I'm talking about? Is this some stuff they just trying to keep pushing? Because it's the only way they can really keep their little globe Earth narrative going. But yeah, let's see what this is about. Watch this here. What? Whoa. Well. Yeah. I'm just saying though, y'all. Like, what happened to curvature? Because you can clearly see that once you zoom back in. Like, I told y'all, sun doesn't go down. Just goes too far away for you to see it. Everything. It's flat. It'll always be flat. They done taught you all these lies. Want you to believe they fake both sides. But a plane doesn't have to pitch its nose down when it's flying. But yet, y'all got all this fake science with a curvature. But, it doesn't apply to when you're flying in the air. Look at that. Looked like it went over the curvature, didn't it? Come on, y'all. We gotta be smarter than this. We must be smarter. It's unbelievable. Sheesh. Wow. I mean, it's only common sense. Like, come on now. What more proof do y'all need? I don't understand. Look at this. Look. Oh. Oh, man. I always told everybody, don't nothing go over any curve. It's no curve. It's all flat out there. It just goes out too far for you to see. That's all that happens. Zoom it in. See anything. Zoom it in. They just don't want you to know the truth. They want you to keep believing their lies, they smoke screens, so they can keep doing whatever it is they're trying to do and want to do behind our back. There's no way this is proving the earth is round when people are zooming in beyond the so-called curvature when you're not supposed to see nothing. Gotta make it make sense, y'all. We gotta make it make sense, man. Got somebody in the box. Oh, what's going on?
Hey, Mr. Lost,
What's going on, sir? What's
have
going
you been contacted by Mark Sargent yet?
on? By who?
Mark Sargent.
I have no clue who that is, sir.
He's like the most famous flat Earth guy. You should get in touch with him. You really need to talk to him. I think you've got information that he needs to hear.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. He could probably hook you up with a lot of other people too in the flat Earth world, because your information definitely needs to get out there. I mean, the way you put it out there, it's just like you'd have to be crazy not to believe it.
I mean, man, it's
What's
only.
wrong with these people? Didn't they get an education?
That's what I don't understand. That is the part I really don't get. It's like, how do y'all not believe this? Like, you seeing it with your own two eyes. This isn't composites. This isn't an animation. No, this is real life. This is reality, y'all.
Yeah. Looks to me like though that ship hasn't gone past the curve yet.
Oh, it's going past. Well,
No, it didn't disappear yet.
let me go back. Let me go all the way so you can. Yeah,
What about
yeah.
Heather Merchantson? You know her too?
No.
Yeah. Do you believe in chemtrails?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
sir.
she does too. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
what. That's how they stop us from seeing what they truly have going on and all the little secrets.
do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
I'm in my 30s, sir. I'm in my 30s.
Right. So you never were around when they were spraying DDT in the trees, right?
No, when they was killing off all the
Birds. Yeah.
all the birds and the fruit trees and all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, no. They used to go down the streets of everybody's town, and spray DDT in the trees, that grew between the sidewalk and the street. And it had a smell. You could smell it.
Oh man, yeah, that's horrible.
They stopped doing that though, like 50 years ago. And but I think chemtrails are really helpful because they increase the size of the male genitalia. The only problem is it decreases the size of your brain.
It actually says it does the opposite. Actually, truly, you know,
Then what's the problem with it?
it says it decreases everything in the body, especially the males. It decreases your genitalia, it decreases the brain, it decreases your immune system,
Well, it ain't
de-
working on me.
it decreases it everything. It all works against you. None of it's good for you.
Don't work for me. I tell you because nothing on me is strong.
But you believe the Earth is flat?
No, I think it's a figure eight.
Figure eight.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how night and day really happens because when you're at the top, the northern hemisphere, where at the top of the figure eight is daytime, and when you go down to the bottom of the figure eight, it's night. Vice versa. The only problem is sometimes you run into each other.
you said
And
a
that's what apocalypse means.
That's what apocalypse means.
Yeah,
I've never heard that one before.
yeah. See, apocalypse has eight letters, and that's the shape of the earth. But it's apocalypse in the original Greek, Apollokis.
Okay.
Because apocalypse means birth in Hebrew.
But there's a dome in the sky. What about the dome in the sky?
That's where they play basketball and football.
Oh my God. Yes, Yes, sir. You don't have to troll my rod like that. That's just How you doing today, Texas? What's going on?
Hey, brother, what's happening?
Not much, brother. Not much, man. We're getting a lot of trolls. It's always a lot of trolls that slide
Oh
through.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I
understand.
appreciate you keeping a level head. Uh,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
of course.
yeah, but and sometimes that's hard for me to do. If you just see me disappear, I've just had enough with them. Um,
Right.
and I already followed you and all like that, so I'll keep up with you. Here's a question I got. The Globers want to say that we're all everything. We got this horizon, and everything goes over the edge and the curvature. And space is a vacuum, correct?
Yeah,
Or
it has it.
that's what they tell us. Okay,
Exactly.
if
Oh,
space is a vacuum, then can they please explain to me the second law of thermodynamics?
they have a new excuse. They say space has pockets of gravity.
Yeah, well, there's no gravity. It's all density.
Uh,
All they need to do is actually go out there and YouTube floating an anvil and watch this anvil float in mercury. Density
it's
has
not. It's
nothing to
not.
do with weight. You
It's
know.
not density either, though. It's the electromagnetic field of the Earth.
No, that's true too.
Actually,
Yeah, that's why we walk around barefoot.
right? Because the Earth has a negative ground, and our bodies have a positive ground,
Hmm.
so it's naturally healthy for us.
Yeah. Well, if people always wonder. They say, "Well, humidity must be low and all like that when they shock somebody." No, it's just you got a pretty big, good charge built up on you. You need to dissipate. That's all.
Yeah, you got a lot of negative energy built up. You need to even it out. You got to even it out sometime.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But why don't they just lower this to the ground and show us? Like, let's get this over with. Let's see if it's flat around, straight up. We can see if it's flat around. They just bring it on down to the ground. Everybody will know the truth. We can see straight across the earth. I mean,
It's just a matter of control. That's what they try to do with every facet of our life right now. You know, whether it's taking the jab, whether it's having to get a license to drive, get a, you know, it's just control. That's all it is. And they feel like they've got the power and all like that, and it's actually finding the truth. And when you
oh yeah,
do realize the truth, you just get to see how scary this world really is.
man. It's like, why would they hide all of this? What are they trying to really truly do to and with everyone? What's the biggest secret?
I don't know. That's something I keep learning every day. The day I quit learning, go ahead and slam the lid shut. Because I'll be done. Well, one thing, yeah, they're trying to hide God. Well, they've taken him out of schools, trying to take him out of the courtrooms, trying to take him out of everywhere. You know.
Exactly. They're trying to create their own excuses of and to existence, so you don't focus on God. You don't ever think about the Most High, but God is the reason all and the only reason everything is happening and going on right now. If it wasn't for God, nothing would be happening. None of this will exist.
Hmm.
Nobody know anybody that right now that can create a earth. Who do you know? No one.
Nobody, none. We can uh, we can do all the chemicals, we can make all these things, but everything that we have, typically, almost 100% of everything that is man-made turns out to be toxic to man
Oh
in one
yeah,
shape or form. So, you know, um, yeah, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. We got Teflon. Yeah, don't let that pot get too hot and all like that because it'll kill you. You know, uh, it's just everything like that. And they say, oh, aluminum is so light, it heats up good. You know, and when you're using it for cooking or for cans and all like that, yeah, it's classified as a heavy metal, and it's one of the most dangerous metals that if it gets into your blood, you know. So it's like
Oh yeah.
man-made is not good stuff.
Everything they made, the diapers are bad for children.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
cause cancer to the kids. The
yeah.
tampons are bad for the women. Like, it's all horrible. Underwear, the way they actually shape and mold them are actually bad for the men's genitals.
Oh yeah,
It's all
yeah.
horrible. None of this they're doing is going the right proper way. They go against the grain with everything they do, but
Right.
that's the way they want it to be.
You know, it's one on one with Christ. Okay. The more we get into what they call the organized religion, that's where we have problems because you can go to churches and they will have, if you say something about flat Earth, they'll almost run you out. It's like, wait a minute, hello, have you done some reading?
Yeah, but they're indoctrinated to never tell the truth. You know,
Right.
they gotta sign a certain, piece of paper to agree to never speak or preach the truth. So if they do, they go to jail.
Yeah, I mean,
Fine.
they'll purposely go and skip. I try to throw humor into it sometimes, because you'll be driving down the road and they'll say, "Hey, here's a full gospel church," and it's like, okay, I want to see if I can find a half gospel church because I don't believe everything the full gospel church puts out, and that's not pointing anything at uh, any class of people or anything like that. That's just the pure words. You know, because if a church is not full gospel, then what is it? What is it? You know, my thing is, uh, you got the Old Testament and then the New Testament. The New Testament is the Old Testament revealed, and
Appreciate you, Arlen.
you know, and yeah, I think we've got some good folks in here. And go back underneath your rock. Well, this gaslight. He's already blocked on mine. You know, so if he's gaslight proof, that just means that I don't know. Does that mean that he's just perpetuating the lies that the media is putting out? Because they're gaslighting everybody.
I mean, he's really just all a part of their narrative. He's just helping
hmm
push their motive.
You know, I don't try to get upset with anybody. I try to just uh, get along, but have a good conversation. I think what we've lost is we've lost the art of communication. When I was
Appreciate
going to
you,
school,
Rondo.
you know, um,
Yeah, everybody. I mean, from all majority of the lives I see and that I've seen, it's really a lot of confrontation, a lot of negativity. Everybody just at each other's necks. Nobody can
mhm,
really even get the point across. Most people want to
right.
say the most. They're making about several statements and want someone to just like respond to one. It's like make a statement, let someone respond, let them rebuttal. Then you make another statement, they rebuttal. That's the only way it's going to be able to carry on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But lots of times when you get into a format like this, and it is very peaceful today, and I thank the Lord for that. I think He's got some information He wants to get out to some folks that are just curious right now.
Oh yeah,
But it's like you get into some of these, and it's like Just like you said, you can't get a sentence finished before they're interrupting you, throwing other stuff up in front of you. Uh, they always want to say follow the science, and that's why I went and I brought up this, the law of thermodynamics and all like that. That's your science. Guess what? We would have no atmosphere because it would get zapped out to the lower pressure, which is a vacuum. You know, and that's a law. That's not a theory. That's a law. You
But
know.
not even only that, with the vacuum that they claim is in space, if there's a vacuum, shouldn't like the liquids and the oxygen that they take up there begin to boil from the
Hmm.
the suction power? Like every other item you put inside of a vacuum with any type of fluid, oxygen, anything, at some point it begins to boil. Even the blood in your body should start to boil. But supposedly they know, exactly what they need. They know the pressure of space, which is an everlasting, growing, and widely spreading space that they really truly know nothing about. But yet, you know how to set this suit up.
Hmm.
What like water, whatever water is in the tanks should begin to seep out and boil from the pressure of the vacuum. Period.
Now, 1969. The technology that they had there. Computers were pretty well analog and pretty tape driven. We had the technology to get to the moon. But take a look at this, and you can say they can talk about the tin can that landed on the moon and all like that. But you take a look at these two little spaceships had enough fuel to go from there all the way to the moon and all the way back. And had enough oxygen. Okay, because you can't produce oxygen out of nothing, which is
Exactly.
what space is
Especially in a
supposed to be.
vacuum.
Yeah. And the whole thing is, you want propulsion.
Yeah.
You can't have propulsion in a vacuum. It's got to push against something.
Pitter patter all over my legs.
Everything they said and explained just makes no sense. It's like, huh?
You
They
can.
just want you to believe it.
Mm.
Period. Clever. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not bad, man. How's your day so far?
Oh, that's good. It's all good. Just
That's
just joined in. What are we talking about?
uh, I believe the Earth is flat.
All right. So I got a guy here. He believes the Earth is round. I do too myself, but he wanted to talk to you specifically, so I'm gonna let him take it away.
It's all
Yeah, I
good.
just I just want to know your biggest piece of
Okay.
substantiating
Okay.
that the
Sorry, I
Earth
thought you
is
were gonna say
flat.
something else. Go ahead. Here, take the phone.
Like, what is your biggest piece of evidence that it's flat?
There's a dome in the sky, sir.
But have you seen that?
I've seen the so-called rockets that they shoot off into so-called space never make it out. They grind against it, and it looks as if someone's like riding a boat in the sky.
Riding a boat in the sky?
Yeah, it looks like someone's riding in a boat in the sky because it's grinding against the firmament. It's the water behind the firmament reacting.
Well, see, to me, I think that's just the hydrogen and oxygen reacting in the atmosphere with the heat and evaporating into a cloud as they're flying.
You sound like Globe Man once again, but this guy, Globe Man, what's going on with you, buddy? But yeah, it's
Lost. I love
not
you, dude.
the rocket is this big compared to the sky, y'all. It's this big. Remember this. That big. They talking about the
So,
no.
so then how can you explain an eclipse?
Eclipse is actually the so-called what everybody like to call for some reason black sun. Yeah, it's just like this shadowy ball that's in the sky. It sticks around. from time to time gets in between and in the way of the sun and the moon.
But wouldn't the shadowy ball just be us between the sun and the moon?
No, how? That doesn't make sense, sir.
All right.
What do you say?
I said the shadowy ball. I said, wouldn't we be the shadowy ball? I said, no, it doesn't make sense, sir. Okay.
Oh, you over there repeating what I said?
I think you just converted somebody. I think he's a flat earther now, Lost.
You know we can hear y'all, right?
No, I know. I'm saying I think you just converted him. He was like stumped, I guess.
Well, the thing is, if it does just a little bit of research, just keep your mind open.
Well,
No,
the issue though is there's like hard scientific evidence that proves that it's round, and that's the only thing that I guess holds me back.
no, there's nothing that proves that it's round.
Well, what proves that it's flat?
You want? I can show you a video of them.
Well, I don't want to see a video. I want to say like what proves that it's flat. Like we've seen literal pictures that prove that it's round, but you guys think they're CGI. So I mean, have you? So one question I've had is like, so you guys believe that the Earth is round like a coin, right? Like it's flat and it's round like a coin.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Okay, so where is your proof of that curve on the horizontal curve? Like, where is there a curve? Can you prove a curve around the ice wall? Because I've never seen anyone talk about that.
The edge actually goes up, sir.
The edge goes up?
Yeah, it goes up.
So can you,
meet
so
with
in the same way that I could prove a curve, mathematically through equations, could you prove a curve horizontally around the ice wall? Because the ice wall goes around the whole planet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you prove that in any way, in any scientific way that we could, that everybody could go out and do an experiment in the same way that you could with a curved Earth?
I don't. So you're trying to get me to use your globe Earth science, sir?
No. I'm trying to get you to show me how the Earth is curved horizontally.
Okay, let me ask this question. So what you're trying to say is all science is absolute?
No, I'm saying that if you can prove that the Earth is flat, then you should be able to prove that it's circular.
It's not a law that the Earth is
There's a
round.
dome in the sky, sir.
It's a theorem.
The sun is a local.
Well, every globe model I've seen shows a circular Earth.
The sun never sets.
Every flat Earth theory I've seen shows a circular Earth. So can you prove a curve like from Antarctica, an outward curve? Can you prove that?
It's not a curve that you think, sir.
That's the only thing that I really have an issue with, is that I feel like flat Earth people don't really have a unified theory. And when you talk to a globe person,
I can explain
everybody
it
basically has the same answer for any issue that comes up.
I can explain it deeper for you. Don't worry. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go in a lot deeper. So you see this?
So you see what I'm saying? So
you see this ice wall here?
Yeah, so that's a circle.
Right, sir. This is where the dome meets the Earth here.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. You see these exit points?
Yep. So is that South America there? I can't really see. Is it South America near the ice wall there?
We have Australia.
So from the bottom tip of South America, you should be able to calculate a horizontal curve of Antarctica. Is that correct?
No, you won't, because you won't be able to see that far, sir.
No, I'm saying a horizontal curve, like it goes in a circle, like a coin.
Oh yes. And the edges goes up.
It just goes up.
The edges go up to meet the dome.
You see how that doesn't make any sense though?
It does make sense, sir. It makes a lot of sense.
Like what I'm saying is, I can give you mathematical equations that prove that the Earth is, spherical, and I'm asking you to tell me, is there any witness? Like we always like to talk about how you can go out and you can't see the curve on the ocean, right? You can't see it; it looks flat. So, do you have any firsthand accounts of people in South America that look out and see Antarctica, or anybody that gets close to Antarctica and shows that it's horizontally curved around them because it's a circle?
No, because they're doing things like this, sir, that's preventing people from seeing, so far. You can only see a certain distance due to these type of things right
Yeah,
here.
but you can get in a boat and you can get close to Antarctica. You should be
Yes,
able to see Antarctica curving around you, right? Like a circle.
you do. Everybody know there's an ice wall there.
Yeah, there's an ice wall, but the ice wall goes around you in a circular fashion, correct?
Around, yes, it goes around the
So you should be
whole
able to
circle
witness
of
that with
it.
your own eyes, and I haven't seen it.
What you mean you haven't seen it? You can go look
I'm
it
just
up.
saying, like, you want to see the curve of the Earth. You want to see the spherical nature of the Earth. But, like, at the same time, if I go down to Antarctica and I get, I don't know, 50 miles away from it, I don't see Antarctica curving around me in a circular fashion as it would on a flat Earth.
Sir, if you go to Antarctica, which depending on if you're on the right hand or the left hand, if you're on a ship, that driver of the ship will constantly have to pitch the wheel to the left or to the right to keep up with the curvature of the ice wall that
Okay.
is surrounding this whole plane of terrain.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to the study or wherever you're getting that information being published, because I haven't seen it. And look, I'm definitely open to changing my mind, but um, it just all seems idealistic to me. It just all seems like, observational, and there's no hard science. So until then, I guess I'm going to stay where I am.
But
Well,
how was science created? Isn't it observational?
Yeah, but it's also repeatable and testable.
but everybody takes what they don't take uh, the time and the study to do it themselves. They believe what somebody else has written, and the uh, agreement of three or four that say, oh yeah, 2 + 2 = 4. Okay,
Yeah.
it's
No, I
it's
got you.
just
I got you. But the
keeping those.
difference
Yeah,
is, no,
you know.
I got you. But the difference is that science isn't that complicated, and you can literally go outside your door today, and you can do the same experiments, and you'll get the exact same results. And that's not true with flat Earth.
I mean, but we see it in reality. Everything through science is all animation, sir.
But what about
Composites. They're all composites.
Yeah, but you know how many satellites are supposedly floating around in space?
5.
You couldn't blast out another one,
More like
you
500
know.
million.
Oh, I thought it was 0. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean you may be
Because
right,
they're
but
not in space.
but
They're
here
just so
here's
caught up
here's
for atmosphere.
Well,
yeah,
look,
but here's
the
the
issue
question.
with satellites that I have is that you can literally track the ISS. It goes around the Earth every 90 minutes, right? And you can put it on your watch, and you can see that exact same satellite cross your path every 90 minutes. So if that was on
Yeah.
helium balloons, that'd be one hell of a balloon.
Oh, they make some
That's
hell of
one
a
heck.
balloon,
You right,
but
sir. It is one heck of a balloon.
you
You
It
know,
are
is?
right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is one heck of a balloon, man.
All right.
but
It's quite big and strong.
with technology the way it is, they can tell you that Mickey Mouse is floating up
That is
there,
a
and they can show
massive
pictures,
balloon.
tell you his whole speed and all like that. They can make anything come across anywhere
Just in
with
case you was
technology.
wondering what it's connected to.
Yeah.
Yes.
but
It's
what about the flat earthers who tried to test the theory that there was no curvature of the earth, and they ended up proving themselves wrong that there was a curvature when they said if they lifted the laser X amount of height that it would show through if the earth was curved but not flat, and it didn't show through when they said it would show through as a flat earth, but it showed through when they said it would show through as a curved earth.
Oh, I know what you're talking
talking about the people that was forced to say that by Illuminati.
about. Oh.
Hmm.
I didn't know it was Illuminati.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, it's all type of other forces in this world.
Well,
Make sure
well,
people can't do
what if you
certain
went
things.
out? What if you went out and did that same experiment? Do you think you would get the same results?
It depends, you know what I'm saying? Those that's awake, they actually know what I'm talking about. Trust me.
No, I got you. I just encourage everybody out there. That's a great experiment that you can do, that anybody can do, and I would encourage anybody to definitely question science and test it. And the
Glow
thing is,
man.
when you test it over and over again, you
Hey,
will
can Glow
get
man
the same
explain how
exact results.
can Glow man explain how you can see
Right.
102 miles with no curvature?
I
Yeah.
think
Well,
we can
well, when
agree
you're
to
talking,
disagree.
that's just like a general statement, right? So there's three things you need to know if you're observing something from a distance. You need to know the observer height, you need to know the height of the thing you're observing, and you need to know the distance in between. So once you know those things, you can calculate exactly how much of that object you're trying to observe from a distance. So that's all baked right in. I mean, that all the math jives. You know, it's
That
all.
that sounds kind of like made up, fake, just like
It
brainwashing
does. It does. But the
your
difference
mind.
is that it is repeatable, testable, and it's something that you can do on your own.
What that NASA admits space and planets are fake? Oh, what?
I mean, planets aren't. I mean, you can, if you have a telescope, you can. I don't know where you live, but I mean, it's cloudy near me. But if it's clear near you, you can go out tonight and you can, get a pretty good look at Jupiter. You can look at Jupiter's moons. You can look at all that firsthand right through your telescope.
You see this picture behind me, sir? This was on the news.
Let me see.
This,
Move your head.
it says NASA admits space and planets are fake. They're all composites.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but that's not true.
Stuff from the onion.
Not true.
What? So what? So they put that on CNN, and they were like, "No one's gonna see this." Like, why would they do that?
Wait. He
Well, if
said,
they put it on CNN, yeah, I can understand.
I have the
I'm
video on
with
my
you, man.
page. You
All
can
right,
see it
You
all.
know, that we can agree on.
It's,
all
Um,
right. Well,
actually editing things.
no,
It
I get it, but look, there's testable things that you can go out there and you can do from your. You don't have to take anybody's word for it. You can just go out and do the experiments, get different results. If you have an experiment that you want to do, go do the experiment, get different results,
You're
report
right.
those results, and come to a better conclusion. That's
Right.
how you're going to prove people wrong. You're not going to. Nobody wants to hear that. You just.
This does prove,
You're wise to something that nobody else is. You have to go out
but
and do
sir,
the
this does
tests.
prove everything about your science to be wrong.
Well,
It does.
okay.
It's how was science created, sir?
How was science created?
Yes, sir. How was science created?
Curiosity. I don't know how to answer that.
I
well, I
believe it
mean,
was by a
curiosity.
group of men getting
I
together
guess
and
curiosity born
making.
science.
It was a group of men that got together and started making guesses upon things, just how I'm doing now. So I can say
But that,
I'm basically
That's
like
true.
creating flat
but
Earth
that,
science,
but that guess is called a
right?
hypothesis, and then you follow through with your thesis, and you test it out, and then you prove whether your hypothesis was correct or incorrect.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. But they have so many restrictions on everything that's about flat Earth. They don't even allow you or want you to get out here and try to test it. So it's quite
All right.
difficult.
All right.
Well,
Well,
I think the crux of both sides of this argument or discussion. Let me change that discussion. Okay, is how we feel with the knowledge that we have and with what we research. We can both, on both sides, agree that what you find up on the great web now, half of it is
Like what?
garbage and half of it's truth, and you got to go and try to decipher both of those. You know, uh, and it's tough. So I mean, what you coming in here and not even saying I don't agree. This is what I've got. This is and what we've got. Whatever side you're on, but it's a decent discussion, and I can say I do appreciate just a level discussion without you can get into some, and I mean and it doesn't matter which side you're on. They really get nasty. You don't make any
yeah,
progress that way. You know.
I agree. I agree. You're definitely open. I mean, you're welcome to your opinion, and I think that, like I said, I encourage anybody to go out and test science and do your own experiments. And science doesn't just mean, the science that you've been taught. It means that you can go out and create your own experiment and come to your own conclusions. I encourage everybody to do that.
I mean,
Right.
that's how science was made, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely. I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody had, like you said, a curiosity. Why does it do this? And they started researching some of it. Some of because everything starts out as a theory. And a theory can be agreed upon, but it's like maybe there's that 10% of, well, maybe not, it's quite right, so it stays a theory. It's until they can get it cemented that it becomes a law. And yeah, I mean, it's there's a
Well,
lot of good things out there, but
yeah,
sometimes
I mean,
that.
I agree with that. Although I would have to interject and say that you're probably talking about gravity. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I mean, gravity being one, yeah. But I mean, you got
Okay. I
relativity,
mean, gravity is a theory. It's something that we're still learning a lot about, but there are scientific laws that back gravity. So I mean, it's not the same as having like a theory that John robbed the grocery store. It's a scientific theory, so it's a difference.
But it's still a theory they're still trying to
But
work on.
if you can get a copy of the 1958 Encyclopedia Britannica,
Make some
take a look at the
sense.
Earth map they've got in there.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, hey, listen, it was really good talking with you guys. Lost. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna keep following you. But yeah, I encourage everybody to go out, do your own experiments, question science, run it, and prove it to yourself. So thanks for having me on, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
No problem, Clever.
you betcha. Let's
Hey,
learn together.
Clever. Tell Globe, man, use his own account. Quit playing, bro.
All right, man. I'll let him know.
But see, that's still a good discussion there. But I mean, I have a lot of trouble with the science,
All the way.
But
Nothing wrong.
you know, um, they say that they have trouble. How can you determine? That we've got this ice wall. How can you determine this? How can you determine that? I can determine more about it being flat than they can prove to me it being round.
Exactly. It makes more sense being flat than it does being round. And I don't have to do all these unnecessary. I don't have to give you all these unnecessary equations and numbers, longitudes, latitude. None of that. I can just say
No,
it
but
to
all
you.
of those all those numbers and all the equations that they have been given to them. They're not figuring anything out on their own.
It's
They're
all
not
being
they're not saying,
absorbed.
"Hey, I'll walk out here a mile and we'll see how far it drops." No, they go back to their science book and get the equation. You know.
She said, I put out that video of Encyclopedia Flat Earth. You put that video out, conservatively Beagle, conservative Beagle. That was you.
Yeah,
Okay.
NASA science is a $600 million a day. Yeah, no shit. They, excuse my French. Yeah, they spend a lot of money.
It was a copy. I mean, I believe you. Yes. Keep your dog original. Don't give the original up. Now you don't want to do that. Off top. That was a good book though. I like that book. I liked your book. That was a good book. I like that book.
It's
Maybe
just
not. Oh, go ahead, brother.
when you. I saw another TikTok video, and then I saw one also on Instagram. I saw some on YouTube. Got some guy going somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, Survivor Man or something like that. He's got the GPS radio. He's got his cell phone. He's got this. He's got that. All the satellites in the sky. He can't get a signal from nothing. And he's sitting out there in the middle of a desert. And it's like, wow. I used to be in North Carolina, and then I'd go to the top of some of the mountains there. They're about 9,000, 9,500 feet. You would think you'd get better signal there. No, you don't get any signal at all. So how
Yeah,
can you
because
get a good
they all come
signal?
from towers.
Yeah.
It's all towers.
Well, and that's another good question. If everything goes, if your phone is so powerful to go through the building here and go straight to a satellite, why the hell do they have to have towers every 2 to 3 miles?
Because they know
Because
it's gonna
sound waves don't travel in a curve. They travel straight.
exactly. The signal from the satellite shoots like a laser. And it's
Mm-hmm.
shooting straight at the towers.
That's
This
it.
is why they have everybody's satellite dishes on their roof set up a certain way. This is exactly why. Still say, yo, I accepted Pluto being a planet. I couldn't prove it. Oh man, Chandon. Towers only in the city areas. Yes, yes. TikTok tour. I-40. Yep. It's the real deal.
Yeah, well, and Pluto, it was a planet. It's not a planet. It is a planet. No, it's not a planet. Now, all of a sudden, I seen something the other day saying, hey, guess what? There's a couple more planets in between all these other planets. Hello? you
No.
know? So when people try to do the argument, how can you prove this? It's like, how can you prove all this other stuff? You know?
They will never be able to prove it. It's all animated. It's all animated. It's all composites done by a computer. They type the numbers in on the computer that they want the computer to do and shape, make, color in, and the computer does it. It's all
Oh,
done
yeah.
by computers.
Cut and paste.
It's
If we
not.
had some, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's all. Go ahead, brother. It's all good.
If we had so many satellites up there, to predict all the weather, we wouldn't have to make a composite globe and they wouldn't have to piecemeal it together. They would have a complete picture.
Exactly.
What they've
Exactly.
got, they got to piece it together and it's like, oh, we missed a spot, so I'll just cut and paste this over here. And they got the guy from NASA that says, it's all a composite, you know?
Exactly. Hey, but look, y'all, what the heck is going on, man? They must got me on the shadow ban list from probably the other night. From the other night. Been going a little too hard. Look, I'm about to restart the live. We got to get this going back right. We got to get it running right, man. Something not right. Something I don't know. Something going on.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I got
I
to
get.
break. I got to break back through the algorithm, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Give me a follow, man. Stick with me. I'm gonna regenerate it all. Don't
I
stress.
got you,
Don't
bro.
stress this. Only 37 people in here. Come on, what's going on? This doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, well, you probably got those
All
that come in the background, and that's what I get because everything just kind of went quiet on this side as well, And I don't. I think there was just some good points being put out. You know, I think
yeah.
more of this is especially I feel challenged when somebody says prove it. You know, I don't like to go back to them and say prove it. My thing
Right.
is this is what we've got. Why? What do you see
They
that makes
they
this happen?
just
What do you see that makes that happen? You know?
they
Uh,
just really don't have any argument. They have nothing they can respond back with that's intelligent on the end that will make any sense or prove a point. So all
right.
they can say to you is prove it. No, 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 all this other, but it's all right. It's
Yeah. Well,
okay.
and that's what I said. But I mean, it was.
All right.
I've got a degree in engineering, so when they want to throw math up there, you know what? The engineering that you have today basically comes out of a book that was published in 1957. That is your Bible to do anything with engineering, you know. So when they want to say the science of this and the science of that, and it's like, Come on, we all are given numbers to figure,
Exactly.
the focal point of some fulcrum and all like that. And we've got to do this. I understand. We go back to a book, and that's what they're doing when they try to prove something. Is go back to a book. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Now,
All it is.
in their defense, yes, we go back to a book as well. It's God's word, and He said it's unmovable, and it's in a dome. That's what He said.
Yeah, but they don't
So
view.
I mean,
But we gotta always remember they don't believe in God.
right?
Science is their God. That's their whole man. That's their universe. That's the world. That's their everything.
I
That's
know.
why they're so die hard behind it. They're like, hold up, they're spitting in all the greatest scientists who ever lived faces, and it's so much. They man,
Well,
they speak on
and
it.
I mean, I was big into science when I was growing up. I really was.
Right,
You know, it
right,
was like it really enthused me until I had questions like, why? It's how do you do this? You know, even up to 1969, they landed on the moon. Here's my question. Here they got it. Neil Armstrong, he is crawling. I mean, stepping down on the limb, right?
right.
Go there. Then you're going to see the first man to step on the moon. Who's taking the picture? Who's taking the picture? That the other guy who was on the moon first. The one that didn't
Oh
get credit.
man,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Like who set the camera?
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, and now it was time on one of the space missions. They're going to leave the moon, and it's like, okay, well, who filmed that? At that time, yeah, you could probably set up a movie camera and all like that, but I mean, to have a
In
apparatus that could
space?
film that and then televise it at the same time was pretty big. I'm trying to figure out how all this big equipment got up there, you know, and
And
then
then not only that, they say it takes so long for light, to travel. But they
yeah,
sure got that signal from the moon quite fast.
yeah, in about 4 seconds, all the way to Nixon when he was talking to him, with a picture of the Earthrise over the moon in the background.
Man,
And I realized that, yeah, they had circled the moon before that, and maybe they took a picture, but not the way that picture was taken. It shows somebody being on the Earth's or the moon's surface. Um, and that
that
was things that I questioned. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, something's not right here. And then you get into engineering, and one of the first things you learn, if you're trying to find a level, take
yeah,
water. Water finds its own level. There's no
exactly.
way that if you've got an 8-inch drop
It's
squared
going
over a
already.
mile, guess what? Your water's all going to run away from you. If you pour it out right there, say you had a concrete slab, so it wasn't absorbed by anything, but you had this pitch where, it's going to drop
Right.
8 inches in a mile. That water's just going to run away from you. It's not going to stand there and say, well, I'm waiting for more water to pile up here.
No, it's not going to do that at all. It's going to level itself out
hmm
on this flat
And
planetary.
that's not being argumentative. That's just, I mean, that's fact. I mean, that's the way it
That's
is.
speaking the truth.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. There's no if, ands, and buts behind it. That's really what's happening, what's
Right.
going on. But look, I'm gonna end the
But I
live now. I'm gonna be
something,
back.
brother.
Need to see what's going on. We gotta refresh the live, y'all. Let's get more Clovers in here so we can get a real good live going and some good chats and conversations and things. Make it make sense,
Yeah.
Let's do it the real way. No more being all aggressive and things. We're gonna really have a good conversation, y'all. Great
Yeah. I
talks.
mean, when,
Bring us
when,
up.
when you get aggressive, it's like anything else. So we got here, you have two groups of people together and they're just yelling back and forth. You never make it anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. The conversation it doesn't get far. But I'm
No,
gonna refresh the live, y'all. I'm gonna be back. Don't worry. Give me a follow,
I
everybody. Give me a follow. So once I click it back on, get it all back started.
I
I'm
got you,
reading
brother.
Cliff Texas.
Catch me on the
Jump back
backside,
in
and
the
I'll
box,
be back
man.
on.
TikTok. I ain't forgot about you, brother. I see you down there, TikTok Tory. Once I get back on, man, you can jump back in the box, brother. I'm gonna add you up for sure. Don't trip, man. I'm not gonna leave you waiting. I was just about to refresh. It started all over. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what they doing to me, man. But I gotta get back, y'all. I gotta, wiggle back through their algorithm some way, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They be
Gotcha,
trying to
bro.
keep me down. They don't want us to be. They don't want me to be talking about this. So I forgot, y'all. I got a little too comfortable and stuff. Get it back together, man. I'm gonna get it
Yeah.
back together. I'll be back, y'all.